even your mother, I mean, that's the worst, is it's watching his mother read it. Isn't that awful? You know, your mother reading your diary. Oh, God.
The two cornerstones of any successful relationship. Does your partner make you laugh? And do they make you... What?
Never know who's listening.
I'm wondering if either of you had the chance to meet a member of the royal family.
Actually, I did meet the Queen Mother when I was a kid.
Did you?
Yeah, I had to do a poem in front of her once. Do you remember the Queen Mother? She always had this radiant smile. And she'd always be you're wondering what she was talking to people about. As she went past me, all I heard was, and she moved on. And I thought, oh my God, she doesn't say anything. She just pretends.
Please tell me you have no idea what I'm talking about.
Not a clue.
I met Camilla when I was a judge on the Booker Prize in 2016, and she's a great believer in literacy. And so I was introduced to her, and we talked about a radio soap opera called The Archers, which is very English. And in fact, she's appeared on it, and I was rather jealous.
Maybe you can appear on it together.
Yeah, maybe. That would be weird.
Yeah.
It's treasonous to even contemplate it.
Were you intimidated at all taking on this role after having met Camilla?
I found once I had the wig on, I was fine. But without the wig, I can't really do it. In fact, I sometimes feel I could just leave the wig on the set and go home because it's such a brilliant, iconic look that I don't need to do anymore.
And was there a particular scene that was most difficult for you to conquer?
Yes, that was obviously, Tampon Gate was very hard.
Oh, darling, I just want you now.
I felt the way into that scene was that it's funny. And there's this wonderful self-deprecating British humour where really Charles is not saying, I want to be your tampon. He's saying, knowing my luck, I would end up as your tampon, which is a very different thing entirely. The worst is it's watching his mother read it. Isn't that awful? You know, your mother reading your diary. Oh, God.
I would pass away. I would simply pass away.
It was all a bit embarrassing, wasn't it?
Did embodying a member of the royal family give you more perspective on that person?
Oh, absolutely, of course. You love them as you loved yourself, really. That's the nature of acting, I suppose. Drama makes, it's how we make sense of ourselves. And I think it gives perspective on the scandals and the events of those times. And I think ultimately what comes out is a shared humanity. And that's what's probably most interesting about The Crown is you see these icons sharing our humanity.
Why did you marry me?
Because I had no choice.
Dominic, how did you approach the scene with Diana after the divorce happened and they're both having this intense 10-minute scene?
It's not the waiting that made me miserable. It was the years spent rotting in a marriage to someone trying to destroy me.
Don't do this.
Well, it was extraordinary because it's essentially you get to be in a Peter Morgan one-act play in the middle of a TV show. I suppose what it did is what The Crown does best, which is it imagines a scene that possibly never happened, but it tells us what we want to know about the most famous couple in the world who had the most famous wedding in the world. What did they feel about each other after it had all come crashing down? You can be prince and princess, and it's the same experience as all the other divorced people in that court that day.
Finally got everything you ever wanted.
No man whose marriage has failed will ever have everything he wants.